If you're planning your first trip to Italy, make sure you watch this video because I'm sharing 18 things I genuinely wish I knew before we went. Some of these will save you money, some will save you stress, and honestly, some will save you from looking like a total tourist. I'm Samantha from Our Wandering Hearts, and we're a family of 4 who've been travelling full-time around the world for the last 3 years. Italy was one of our most memorable trips, but we definitely made some rookie mistakes along the way. Make sure you stick around for number 17 because that one could literally save your trip. So let's dive in. Number 1. Skip Rome and Venice for your first trip. Okay, controversial take right out of the gate. If you have kids under 6, consider skipping Rome and Venice for your first Italy trip. I know they're the most famous cities, but hear me out. Rome can be overwhelming with young kids. It's hot, crowded, and the attractions require hours of waiting in lines, and honestly, most of the history goes over little kids' heads. Venice is beautiful but incredibly expensive, the crowds are intense, and navigating all those bridges with a pram or tired toddler can be stressful. Instead, consider starting with Florence, smaller Tuscan towns, or Lake Garda area. You'll still get the incredible Italian experiences like beautiful architecture, amazing food and culture, but at a more manageable pace with fewer crowds. If you're set on doing Rome or Venice, just know what you're getting into and plan accordingly. Number 2. Italians eat dinner late. European dining schedules are different to Australia or the US, and Italy especially eats late. Restaurants often don't even open for dinner until 7 or 7:30, and most locals don't eat until 8 or 9 p.m. This was tough with our 2 kids who were used to eating at 5:30 or 6 p.m. Our solution? We'd either find touristy restaurants that opened earlier, which wasn't ideal but sometimes necessary, or we'd cook at our accommodation. Having an Airbnb with a kitchen saved us multiple times. Pack snacks for late afternoon to tide kids over until dinner, and don't be surprised if authentic local restaurants aren't open at 5:30. They're just not set up for early diners. Number 3, book accommodation with air conditioning. Italy gets so hot in summer, like unbearably hot, and not all accommodations have air conditioning, especially older buildings or budget places. When booking, specifically check for aircon. Don't just assume that it's included. And ask the host directly if you're not sure. Yes, places with aircon cost more, but trust me, it will be worth every euro when you're trying to get overtired kids to sleep in 35-degree heat. If you can't get aircon, at least make sure there's fans and good cross ventilation with windows. Number 4. The trains are amazing, but stressful with luggage and kids. Italy's train system is incredible. Fast, efficient, affordable, connects all the major cities. We've used trains there a lot and overall we love them. But navigating train station with kids and luggage can be stressful. Italian train stations are chaotic. Lots of stairs, crowded platforms, and the platform often isn't announced until 5 to 10 minutes before departure, so everyone's just standing around watching the boards. Our tips? Pack as light as possible. Get to the station with plenty of time. Have your tickets already downloaded on your phone or printed, and mentally prepare for some stress. If you have a lot of luggage or multiple young kids, honestly consider hiring a car instead. It's more expensive, but way less stressful. Number 5, you need to validate your train ticket. This is crucial, and you can get fined for not knowing this. Even if you've bought a train ticket, you need to validate it before boarding. There are little yellow or green machines on the platform where you stick your ticket in, it stamps it with the date and time, and then it's valid. If you don't validate and a ticket inspector comes through, they don't care that you paid for it. An unstamped ticket is invalid and you will get fined. Digital tickets on your phone usually don't need validating, but physical tickets absolutely do. Number 6, start with smaller towns instead of major cities. I mentioned skipping Rome and Venice earlier, and here's why smaller Italian towns are actually better for families with young kids. Places like Limon sul Garda on Lake Garda or San Gimignano in Tuscany are compact and walkable. You can explore the entire town on foot without exhausting everyone. These smaller towns are way less overwhelming than Rome or Venice. You still get incredible Italian experiences, beautiful architecture, amazing food, authentic culture, but at a much more manageable pace. The streets are pedestrianised, so they're safe for kids, there are far fewer crowds, and honestly the food is often better and cheaper than in the big tourist cities. Lake Garda has beaches where kids can play, gelato shops on every corner, and stunning mountain and lake views. San Gimignano has medieval towers the kids can climb, quiet piazzas, and you're surrounded by Tuscan countryside. If you're doing Italy for the first time with young kids, base yourselves in smaller towns and do day trips from there. You'll have a much more relaxed, authentic experience than rushing between Rome, Florence, and Venice. Number 7, cover your shoulders and knees for churches. Italy has incredible churches and cathedrals, some of the most beautiful architecture you'll ever see. But they have dress codes and they will actually turn you away if you don't follow them. You need shoulders and knees covered, no tank tops, no short shorts, no short skirts. This applies to everyone, including kids. In summer, this can be tricky when it's 35 degrees outside. So just carry a lightweight scarf in your bag that you can throw throw over your shoulders, and make sure to have at least one pair of long pants each in your suitcase. Some churches will sell disposable cover-ups at the entrance, but they can be expensive and wasteful. Number 8. Gelato quality varies wildly. Not all gelato is created equal. Tourist trap gelato is bright coloured, piled high in mountains with tons of toppings, and honestly just doesn't taste that great. Real high quality gelato is stored in metal tins with lids. The colours are natural and it's kept at the right temperature so it's not piled high. If the gelato is bright green pistachio or neon blue, if it looks like a Pinterest photo with mountains of colourful gelato, it's for tourists, not for quality. Look for gelaterias where the gelato is in covered metal containers. The colours look natural and ideally where you can see locals going. The difference in taste is incredibly obvious. Number 9. Italian kids stay up late. Don't be surprised to see Italian kids out at restaurants at 9 or 10 p.m. Italian culture is very family oriented and kids are included in evening activities. This can actually work in your favour. If your kids are jet lagged and staying up late anyway, lean into it. Go to restaurants at 8 p.m. when they open and let your kids experience the evening Italian culture. Or if your kids need early bedtimes, don't stress about it. Just cook at your accommodation or find touristy places that open earlier. Number 10. Restaurants near tourist attractions are usually bad. This is true in most countries, but especially in Italy. If a restaurant is right next to the Colosseum or overlooking the Duomo, it's probably overpriced and mediocre. Some red flags are menus with multiple languages and photos, someone out the front trying to lure you in, tourist menu signs, and free Wi-Fi advertised prominently. These places know you're only there once and they don't care about repeat customers. Walk 5 to 10 minutes away from major attractions and you'll find much better food for better prices. Ask your Airbnb host for recommendations. And look for restaurants with menus only in Italian. That's usually a good sign they're catering to locals. Number 11. Tipping is different in Italy. Italians don't expect 15 to 20% tips like in North America. Often there's already a caperto, which is a cover charge, and service charge included in your bill. This typically covers things like bread and table service. Just check your bill, and if service is included, you don't need to tip extra. Number 12. Driving in Italy is actually doable and worth it. Everyone talks about how stressful driving in Italy is, but honestly, it is totally manageable and absolutely worth it if you want to explore beyond the major cities. The key is, don't pick up a rental car in Rome or Milan. Driving in those cities can be chaotic and you don't need a car there anyway. Instead, pick up your car from a smaller city like Florence and use it to explore the surrounding regions. We've driven around Lake Garda, through the Dolomites, and all over Tuscany with our kids, and it was genuinely one of the best decisions we made. Having a car meant we could visit small hill towns, stop at random viewpoints, explore at our own pace, and not stress about train schedules with tired kids and luggage. But here's a few things to know. Make sure you avoid the restricted traffic zones in city centres, because you will get fined if you drive into them. They're marked with signs, but they are easy to miss. We actually got a fine just last month for driving in a restricted zone in Siena a year ago. Italian village streets are narrow and you don't want to get stuck. We're talking genuinely narrow, like mirror scraping the walls kind of narrow in some places. So don't go for the big car when you're looking at rentals. Of course, you need a bit of space with kids' seats and luggage, so try to find a size that you think you will fit in just. Toll roads are common and you take a ticket when you enter the highway and pay when you exit, so make sure you have cash or card ready. You'll also notice in the car windscreen they typically have a little toll card holder in front of the driver's seat, which I thought was pretty neat. But honestly, driving on Italian highways and country roads is pretty straightforward. If you can handle Australian highways, you can handle Italian ones. And if you're worried about the small village streets, just get insurance. Number 13, free water fountains are everywhere. Italy has tons of free public water fountains and the water is clean, drinkable, and free. Bring your reusable water bottle and fill it up throughout the day. This saves you money and reduces plastic waste. But here's the thing, if you're at a restaurant and ask for water, it will not be free. They'll bring you bottled water, either still or sparkling, they'll ask you which, and charge you 2 to 4 euros for it. So drink from public fountains during the day and just accept that you'll pay for water at restaurants. Number 14, siestas are real. Many shops, restaurants, and even some attractions close for a few hours in the afternoon, usually from around 1 to 4 p.m. or so. This is especially true in smaller towns in southern Italy. Don't plan to do shopping or errands in the early afternoon because places will be closed. Instead, use this time for your own rest or siesta. Have lunch, go back to your accommodation for a break, let the kids nap. Then go out again in the late afternoon when things reopen. This actually works really well with kids' schedules. Morning activities, afternoon rest, evening exploration. Number 15, book popular attractions in advance. Some need to be booked weeks or even months in advance, especially in peak season. Don't just show up thinking you'll get tickets, you probably won't, or you'll waste hours in line. Book online as soon as you know your dates. Yes, it feels weird to commit to specific times weeks in advance, but the alternative is not getting in at all or wasting half your day in queues. Number 16, 16, bring snacks everywhere. Italian mealtimes don't always align with kids' hunger schedules. Restaurants close between lunch and dinner, and sometimes you're just out exploring and the kids will get hungry. Always have snacks in your bag, like always. Crackers, fruit pouches, granola bars, whatever your kids will eat. Italian kids eat gelato constantly, and that's basically their snack culture, and ours too when we're in Italy. But if your kids need something more substantial, bring it with you. You can buy snacks at supermarkets cheaply, just make sure you are always stocked. Number 17, travel insurance covers you even in Europe. This is the most important tip and could literally save your trip. We learnt this the hard way in Japan when our daughter broke her leg, but the lesson applies everywhere. Europe has excellent healthcare, but if something goes wrong, a kid gets sick, breaks a bone, you need to fly home early, without travel insurance, you'll be paying thousands of dollars out of pocket. Get family travel insurance that covers medical emergencies, trip cancellations, and emergency flights home. It costs maybe $100 to $200 for a 2-week trip that could save you tens of thousands if something goes wrong. We've used our insurance multiple times across different countries, and every time I'm so grateful we had it. So don't skip this. Number 18, slow down and enjoy it. This is my biggest piece of advice. Italy is not a country to rush through. The whole culture is about slowing down, enjoying meals, and savoring moments. Don't try to see 10 cities in 10 days. Just pick 2 to 3 places and really experience them. Have long lunches, sit at cafes, let your kids run around the streets, watch the sunset over the Tuscan hills. The best memories we have from Italy aren't the famous attractions. They're the random afternoon we spent in a small town square eating gelato while the kids played. The evening we had a slow dinner at a family restaurant, or the morning we walked through the village before the crowds arrived. Italy rewards slow travel. Give yourself permission to slow down and actually enjoy it. Italy with kids is incredible. Yes, it has challenges, the heat, the crowds, the different meal times, the language barrier, but it's also one of the most beautiful, delicious, culturally rich countries in the world. Go with realistic expectations, plan ahead for the major stuff, and then be flexible when you're there. Your kids won't remember every museum or attraction, but they will remember eating pasta in a tiny restaurant, getting gelato every day, and playing in the streets at sunset. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more honest family travel guides. Drop a comment and let me know. Have you been to Italy with your kids? And if so, what was your biggest lesson learned? Thank you so much for watching and happy travels.